The first step to run the program is to build it. We will work on the root folder of the project, that it contains all the required files for building. And we will open a terminal in this root folder and run these commands. First, we have to assure that we have a .env environment for the Python programs. It's here. Then we will build the Python programs. And build the Spark programs using Maven. We have two Spark programs, the processing and the storage. Let's wait for this. Now that the program is built, we will start a new clean Docker environment. We can check that it started good, looking for the processes running on the machine or using the Docker desktop. We have 6 containers running. Then we'll access our main container and run the commands requires to initialize the environment. In this initialization, we will do 3 things. First, we will assure that the Hive2 service and the Thrift service are working, and we are going to give them the proper permissions. We will create the database that we will use, and we will create the Kafka topic. So let's run these commands. Now that the service is running, let's verify it. Okay, now it's working. Hey, what happened? Now we're connected to the database server, and we see that there is only the default database. There's no database for this our project. Mhm. So we're going to create it. Now that the services are up, we can create the database. Well, we're going to check it that it is empty. Okay, they are empty. Then we're going to clean the Kafka, the Kafka topic. We're going to delete it and create it again. And we're going to another. We're going to connect to the Kafka server and run the commands or delete the topic if it exists. And create it again. We create a topic with 3 partitions. We can see these partitions here. Per partition, no data. Now we can start the ingestion process. We will run it in the Python container. This is a process that connects to the API, gathers the first a batch of news, in this case 98, um, send them to the Kafka topic, and keeps running, and every 2 minutes um, asks for the latest articles, and continues uh, feeding the topic. Okay, now we can go back again to Kafka and run the same command again. And now we see that there are 98 articles or registers. Okay, now here we finish the ingestion. Now we're going to run the processing process.
Okay, let me stop the recording.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's go to the part 2. And so for the part 2, it uses Spark structured streaming to process a Kafka stream in real time. And the whole application runs on multiple streaming analytics queries. So we have 3 aggregation query. The first one is 1-minute windowed aggregation that counts how many articles each news source publishes during each time window. And the second one is streaming query that calculates a moving average of article activity over time to monitor publishing trends from each source. And the second one is the anomaly filter. It identifies unusual spikes in article activity that may indicate trending events or sudden bursts of new coverage. Okay, let's copy this Spark submit command code. Let's start the Docker. Okay, once we submit this, we have to wait for 60 to 90 seconds so that we can see all 3 tables. Okay, here we are seeing the micro batches. We have to see them for 2 or 3 times, and then we can stop the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we can start the part 3. Okay, so part 3 is, so in part 3, we're showing the empty Hive table first so that we can see the result in the end of the part 3. So let's start showing empty tables. Okay. Okay, now let's start So in this part, we are streaming the Kafka messages and writes them. If you see that console messages, it's writing messages, and we are writing them directly into the Hive tables. Once the stream start writing, we can store the raw articles, and then also another process is also storing the aggregated analytics result, so that we can write the two results into a two table. Okay, now we also have to wait because the aggregated table has to be run for at least 1 minute. Okay, now we have to check the table. It shouldn't be at 0. Okay. Yes, now we have when we first run this count command, then it was 0, and then when we run second time, it was 96. Now it's 97. Okay, that is the end of the part 3.
What that they are is still running.
Yes, they keep increasing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the other thing. Okay. Okay. And finally, we will show some of this analysis in a visual dashboard. We will run it in the dashboard container. It uses says Streamlit to create a visual page. Now, okay, here we're looking at the two the information, and you can see that it is updated um, in real time. The first graphic shows the number of articles and the number of authors that have published articles in the given window. That means that it's the result of the first analysis that we saw previously. And then we have a table of showing the top 5 frequent sources, the sources that more articles has published this time. Um, and that's it.
Okay.